Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Purbayan's Career Pathways Session 2. I am absolutely delighted to welcome you all to this session, which is particularly focused on professionals in the healthcare sector. We have with us today two very distinguished women who also belong to Purbayan, Canada, and who are working for a very long time in the healthcare sector. So, all those who are interested in working in this area, please take notes. My name is Sutama Ghosh. I am an associate professor in the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies in TMU, Toronto Metropolitan University. I'm also adjunct faculty in University of Toronto, St. George campus, only for the graduate program. So I, again, as I said, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this session. And with me here today is Debjani Dotto. She is a certified ophthalmic technician who's currently working with St. Michael's Hospital. And the other person I'm delighted to also invite is Suravita B. Ghosh. She's a registered dental hygienist, and I know both of them for a very long time. Speaking about Debjani Dotto, as I said, Debjani Dotto has 20 plus years of experience in ophthalmology, and she is currently working for St. Michael's Hospital. Debjani holds a BSc with physics honors degree from Delhi University and an accredited computer science course from York University. Because she was interested in ophthalmology, she has taken an ophthalmology assistant course from Centennial College, and she has a licensed certified ophthalmic technician course from International Joint Commission on Allied Health Personnel in Ophthalmology. Welcome to the show, Debjani Dotto.
Thank you, Shutama.
You're welcome. So the next person that I'm going to invite, as I said, is Suravita B. Ghosh. Suravita has an MSc in Food and Nutrition, a degree from a renowned university in India, which is Calcutta University. She is a certified dental assistant from Medics Care College, Canada, and has worked as a certified dental assistant for 4 years. She has also graduated as a dental hygienist from the Canadian Academy of Dental Hygiene. She's currently working as a registered dental hygienist at York Lanes Dental and Unit of Dental Corp Canada. If you guys don't know about it, York Lanes Dental is a very prestigious organization. Welcome to the show, Shurovita.
Thank you so much for having me here.
So the first round of questions that we will begin with is, discussing about your careers. But before we go there, I just want to tell all our viewers a little bit about what Purbayan Canada is all about. So Purbayan Canada is a grassroots level organization which has been working for the past 12 years in trying to settle newcomers to Canada, particularly helping them and mentoring them in their careers. In this regard, there are three people whom I wish to acknowledge, Mr. Bashav Goswami, Mr. Shondeep Chaudhary, and Mr. Proshenjit Roy, who have been mentoring newcomers for a very long time. I have just recently taken over this job of doing an online session, and I'm delighted to be here. So, without further ado, let's go into the first round of questions. Shurovita, we will start with you. Can you describe your career path since you came to Canada? Please mention the year you came to Canada and then describe your career pathway. Thank you very much. Devjani, if you can you please uh, sort of unmute your video? Your video is off. Go ahead, Shravita, while we fix that technical problem.
Okay. Thank you so much. So just to say and as to go back, like I came to Canada 2017, and just to be in quote, it was a harsh winter, and it was an extra challenge, like to what to do, where to work, and everything has to match the schedule of daily life because I came in with my family. I had my daughter was 4 years old that time, so everything was like there. I had to balance everything. I have to put my daughter to school, bring her back, and then like a daycare was needed also. So that was the first challenge, I will say, because being new here, I don't know what I'm going to do. So the first thing, I actually wanted to study something so that I get a job, which is like so-called, we call it over here an odd job. So whatever you get, you do. So it's not like that. So I wanted a professional job. So first thing I decided, I'll do some course, any course, because when I went to a career counselor in my daughter's school, she mentioned that if you want to continue, because I was a teacher back home, teaching high school from grade 9 to 12. So I wanted to pursue the same thing over here, but the career counselor over here mentioned that if you want to get a permanent job as a high school teacher, it's going to take you ages, maybe not less than 10 years. So you're going to work as a supply teacher in any board you join. So that will not have benefits. It will not be a settled job. So then I gave a second thought and I moved on, and I joined. I first took admission in a college where I wanted to do, like, they asked me, what do you want? What is your like field of interest? So I mentioned I'm interested in biological science. So they offered me some courses, which one of them was medical lab technician. So I was interested, and microbiology was a area of interest for me. Biochemistry was an interest. So I said, okay, I can take up that course. And so I filled up the form and I did everything over there. And then when I came back, they handed me some brochures. And that brochure had all the other courses they are offering. So I was just doing a general survey that which course has like the scope of each course, like the volume of job available in like Toronto area, like the GTA, because I came to Brampton directly. So I was looking obviously around Brampton, Mississauga, and Toronto. So when I searched the course that I had applied for, medical lab technician, it showed me that it's 64 jobs available. And the other course, which was kind of a little bit of interest in biological science area, was the dental assisting course. And it was a huge contrast. It was like 672 jobs available in GTA. So this survey made me take a turn, and I completely switched my career from food and nutrition background. Definitely my biology science helped me, and it was a complete turn. I immediately went back to the college and I said I want to change my course, and they said why? And I let them know this was my survey, and they appreciated me exceptionally and said that I have never seen somebody doing actually a survey, job survey, and choosing a course. So I changed to dental assisting. Then it was a 1 year course. I did it, and then of course, as you know, the market is on demand. Dental is a huge industry in North America, and I immediately got a job. First, I was hired where I was doing my co-op, but I didn't like the hours and the pay, so I didn't accept it. So I was fortunate enough to choose, being a newcomer to the industry. The job availability was so high, I could pick and choose which one I want. So anyhow, I was hired, and then I started working at York Lanes then back in 2019. And then I decided that I want to grow in this field. I used to kind of dream, what if I become like a provider, a treatment provider, from an assistant who is assisting the treatment provider. So yeah, and I had a lot of, like, all my colleagues, the doctors, they encouraged me a lot. They motivated me. They said that you have the potential, you can go ahead. So I took the turn, and again I went back to school. 2 years course. It was not easy. And then with the family and with my age and everything. So yeah, I went back to school, and 2 years I kind of struggled with the course, and then again I'm back. And the fortunate thing was, before I even finished my um, course, 6 months before finishing my course, I was already hired by Dental Corp. I had the offer letter in my hand when I graduated. So I'm back to my old place again, and I'm also working part-time in another office. And that also was like reference from one associate doctor in my office. His wife has a dental office of her own. So when it's a startup practice, so she wanted me like that hire was also 2 months before I graduated. So yeah, I will say I was fortunate enough, but I will still say dental is a field which will never disappoint you. So yeah.
Perfect. So you are actually a success story. However, as you said, dental hygiene or dental hygienist, that particular field is very popular, and a lot of people do. But the other, the panelist that we have is an ophthalmologist. It's a field that not many people know about. So I'm now going to invite Devjani to actually share with us her career journey here in Canada. Over to you, Devjani.
Thank you, Shutama. So I arrived in this country in 1993. At that time, there was a huge recession going on in this country, and there was no jobs available anywhere. And whatever Bengalis were here, there were not too many Bengali families were here or who could guide us, guide me in this path. So someone told me that why don't you take some courses? You have to go and apply, take some courses and upgrade yourself. So at first, I evaluated, which I have to do at that time, that I have to evaluate my certificates and get eligible for courses in the university, and which I did. And fortunately, I got eligibility and got enrolled into an accredited program at York University for computer science. And then, since I have to support my family and I was new to this country, so I took a job as an optometric, I would say it is as an administrative assistant at an optometrist office. So when I went into that office, it just blew my mind that how little diseases can affect the health of the eye. And that's when I had a passion. I wanted to go into this field. And then I started to take all kinds of information from everywhere, from my friends, or I used to go into internet and see how can I get into this field more thoroughly. So that's when I came to know that there is some courses which the Centennial College offers, and I took the Centennial College courses, and then from there I heard that there is a association called IJCAPO, which gives us thorough knowledge and training for any diseases or any kind of knowledge you can gain from them. It is a licensed course, and the license has to be renewed every 3 years. So that's when I went in 2014. I went and took this iJocapo courses, which is actually it's based in America, and it is valid throughout the world. So that's when I finished my course, and I got a job after working there for 3 years in the optometrist office. I thought that I cannot move further here. So I applied for a job at ophthalmologist office, which is at Canadian Shepherd, which is called Goldberg Center. So you won't believe I learned so many things from that office. And after that, I moved to Toronto Retina Institute, where I worked for 8.5 years with renowned doctors there. I would say there were 8 ophthalmologists in that clinic. And when I was learning the fluorescein angiography and the scans of the back of the eye and even the ultrasound on the eye, I never knew that even there is ultrasound exists for the eye. That's when I came to know that, oh my God, this field really fascinates me. So that's when got involved in the studies, the research program with Toronto Retina Institute, where I was the only one who used to do all the diagnostic scans of retina for that institute. And then I thought that, okay, now when you're learning at the same time, you also want financial support, right? So that's when I thought, why shouldn't I let me apply in the hospital, and let's see if I am able to get a job there after all these experiences. So that's how I applied at St. Michael's Hospital, and I was interviewed. And finally, I got the job. And I take pride in my job because I work with lots of thousands of patients there. We have 2 floors of retina clinic and eye clinic at St. Michael's Hospital. And I'm thrilled that I'm working there and serving the patients and the community. That's also, Shatoma, I can say.
This is perfect. This is so important. I am actually a patient of both the clinics that you guys are associated with. I had my retinal detachment surgery at St. Mike's, and I've seen how wonderfully that office works and so efficiently, as well as, of course, York Dental Office, because I'm a graduate from York. But honestly speaking, this is absolutely fascinating to see how both you ladies went step by step and progressed toward your career goals. I'm sure there is a lot more career goals that both of you have, and I wish you all the best in achieving them. Having said that, though, it is, after all, you both are women, and as a woman in this business of academia, I feel often that there are some gender biases, particularly because, in a way, as a woman from a cultural background like India, I also prioritize my home over. And my child, of course, over my career. And I've also taken a number of career breaks, etc. So I'm just wondering if anywhere has gender come in the way of your career? And I'll start with Devjani this time. Okay, is that okay? Yeah.
Yes, Shutoma, the gender as a female, uh, it did came into my way. Not only as a female and being coming from a different country, it also there was a real challenge because as you know that our accent we use British English in India, and here it's an American English, so there is a huge difference. And also regarding the accent, definitely, I'm not born here. I'm been born and brought up in India, so my accent will be different from here. So I have gone through those challenges, and that regarding that, what I did is I used to always listen carefully to people who pronounce differently, especially the American accent. I used to follow them. I used to listen carefully, and then I used to watch TV a lot just to learn these accents so that I can at least where we like I will give you a simple example. In India, we call McDonald, and here we they call us McDonald's. So these little things I always used to hear properly to those people with American English. And I know it's difficult to get away from our British English because it's our root. So, but this is how, and then when we used to apply for jobs at different places, definitely the gender, the race, everything used to come. But slowly, I think so, it's getting over and it's normalizing. So, and being these many years in this country, I am quite familiar with these things. And yeah, it was a challenge for me.
Shurabita?
Yes, just taking the Abjanidi's experience, since both of us work in an interactive profession, we deal with so many people from different, as Toronto is a multicultural city, we deal with people from different cultural background. So I will start from there, the challenge that I had. So I will say that kind of my decision or inaccessibility to a dental hygiene course or lack of knowledge about dental hygiene course in the beginning when I took a dental assisting course actually helped me because being a dental assistant when I stepped into this dentistry field, it is absolutely the first stage or the level of coming into this industry. It actually helped me because I wasn't talking too much with the patients and I wasn't deciding anything based on what they say. So I was a very active listener when they're talking to the doctors. I'm just on the chair side listening to them And for over 4 years working, it really helped me to make my base very strong and step in as a provider when I'm actually dealing directly with the patients and taking in their chief complaints and dealing with those and treating them based on that. So that was a very later on I thanked myself and my like the environment that it didn't allow me to step in directly to dental hygiene and become a provider first. This was the first thing. The second thing I will say that it's kind of a fortunate side being a dental assistant and a dental hygienist after as a woman, because it is kind of undeclared gender biased profession. You will see very less male dental hygienist and male dental assistants. So I was kind of unknowingly in a field which demands female. So so I didn't have that challenge that I, because I'm a female, I'm not getting hired or I'm not getting placed. But yeah, if you go back to that, that the language and the accent, the interaction, and how to come like overcome all those what to say, like shyness. I was very shy in the beginning. I didn't know what to say, how to bring in the patient from the waiting area to the seat to the dental chair was a challenge for me. Whereas now when I walk in the patient, being my like as a provider, I just bring my patient in. It's a different like a different scenario. I'm a very smart lady walking with my patient in. So yeah, I've grown from very grassroots level in dentistry. So looking forward to more. I think challenges will come in because every profession has challenges. I do face challenges. I'm not saying it's very smooth, but yeah, overall, if you say, yeah, it wasn't bad, like climbing up the stairs higher. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for those thoughtful comments for both from both of you. I know that both of you are also mothers. Devjani, especially, you are a mother of a very successful engineer who's now working in the US. So great pride for all of us. And Shurobita is also a mother, even though she's herself a very young lady, but she's indeed a mother of a very bright kid, very talented, growing little girl. So I'd like to ask you a little bit about when you were following your career paths and trying to support your family, both financially and emotionally, socially. What are the processes of navigating? So, how were you able to balance these various roles that you played? Just tell us a little bit, very briefly about it, if you can. We can start with Shurobita.
Okay, so I will say like my daughter is 11 years old now. When I went to the first course for dental assisting, she was 5. And that time, yes, it was a challenge. And all of us know that when I started working 2019, the 1 year after the pandemic started, that was also a very big challenge because the school transformed to online completely. And the kids has to do the school from home, whereas I didn't have an option from like from work from home, because within 3 months I was just home 3 months and then I went back to my work with full like restrictions and everything. And even my husband was working that time in a field where he had to go to the office and then work, and there was no work from home option for both of us. Going back to my study days, yes, the first challenge was I have seen students in my college also who have come new to Canada. They were studying as well as doing a part-time job to earn their living, which I couldn't do because there was a time when I had to be back from college to be with my child because her school time was getting over. So I couldn't go for any part time. I was solely based on the grant that Ontario Student Loan supported. I studied both of my courses just to navigate from this topic, that both were supported by Ontario Student Loan, which I'm very grateful to. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do these two courses. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the first challenge that I faced, that I couldn't work, not even a part-time job, weekend job I couldn't do. And Now, when I went back to school for 2 years, this was even more intense and longer course. That time I felt that my daughter silently grew older like extra 2, 3 years. She saw the struggle that I did. As a future woman from a girl, probably her root is made more stronger. She has seen me balancing like the study life as well as the family life. I tried to balance everything, but every time it wasn't possible. Like during my exam days, I didn't even look at what was getting cooked. So somehow the food was put on the table, and both my husband and my daughter accepted it whatever was given. It wasn't a demand or it wasn't a choice or making like there were no more critics in the house. So that was a big thing for me. And even during exams, house was like a silent box. Nobody watching TV, nobody listening to anything, nobody's watching tab, nothing. So it was a great support, and I feel that it made my daughter matured enough, and it has, I could set an example for her. um, Challenges were there, but she from very childhood, she is a very supporting kid for anything, like be it from immigrating from India to here with living in a joint family with a family of only three of us, struggling with no card in winter, we went groceries and everything. So since then, I had like a faith that yes, I can do this course and complete and move forward with her. She will support me and she will cooperate. She actually is a very cooperating kid, which is a very big blessing for both of us.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, that's so touching. Devjani?
Thank you, Shutama. Um, Balancing career and family was a difficult prospect as both my husband and I used to do hard work when we came to Canada. And I would say that in this journey of my life or my career, my husband and my son was a big support to me. Because when I had my son, it was only 6 months maternity leave, and I have to go back to work after 6 months, leaving my son behind, uh, either with a family member, or I would say she was a mother of my one of my good friend who is lives in still lives in Brampton. So my husband used to go and drop off my son there at when he was only 6 months old. From inside, I used to feel sad, but at the same time, I have to support my family, right? Give them a better life. So after that, he started to grow up, and then when he started to go in the school, then I have to put him into the YMCA. And YMCA was not like it was a very expensive daycare, and we have to do it because at least um, I was not worried about my son that where I kept him or how he's doing. At least I could trust the YMCA. That's how my son grew up. And then, you know what? When my son was 12 years old, I took him out of the daycare, and he used to stay alone at home, but he never had complained. But I was always there by his side. Even in high school, I used to help him with his homeworks, the projects. You won't believe, Shrutama, one project I made it for him. It was a courtroom picture, the model. I built the whole model for him, and when he took it to the school teacher said, "Why don't you leave it with us so that we can show it to the other families and other kids too?" I tried to help him with his homework, go to the parent teachers meeting, and I was with his side all the time. But he was also a good kid. He followed my instructions, he listened to me, and now he is a computer engineer and he's working in Los Angeles. He is staying there, and who is coming back tomorrow morning here for 1 week. I'm thrilled to have him back. And my husband was also a big support to me. I could say that I can. I'm really proud of both of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is what is important, that it's not only your immediate family members, because we are away. What you guys both talked about, particularly you, that Jenny, is that you relied on somebody who's not your family member here, somebody who's a friend, and they were willing to take your child in. And I think in our all our journeys, we've had some of these people, some of us had these people, who were there at that time to help us out. Honestly speaking, I am not one of those people, but I think York University daycare was a fabulous place because my husband worked there. So we got a place so quickly for my child, and from 7 months onward, she was in that daycare as well. So, yeah, we do share a lot of these stories, and it's important for newcomers to hear this, that whether you came in 1993, or you came like me in 1999, or you came like Shurovita in 2017, we all went through very similar processes and similar ways of becoming successful. Actually, the way you guys talked, it's exactly what I share. If I think of what is my success, it's not where I work. My success is to see my daughter becomes a good person at the end of the day. So I'll ask you the last question of this session. And what do you think an organization like Purbayan can actually do? We do these sessions, but unfortunately, not many people watch these shows, which is a problem. So we would like to have more people watch these kinds of shows, and we would like to do them in person. What are some of your thoughts on what can Purban Canada do, so that we can actually share these stories? We'll start with Devjani first.
You know what? Thank you, Shutama. Organizations like Purbayan offer a community through which a new arrivals to this nation can receive knowledge, opportunities, and advice, which can help to navigate career goals and personal lives. When we came in Canada, we didn't have all these opportunities, and really we can when we go through the when we what we went through, we don't want the newcomers to go through those things again. And that's why Purban Canada and people like you who helps the community to get an opportunity and advice from their peers. That's all I can say.
Shurovita?
Um, I had a thought once that I've seen Purban organizing this newcomers meet before, like in person, like we are doing it virtual today, but they do it like a room, enclosed room with all the speakers and all the newcomers who wanted to participate. Um, but I feel if this can be brought up on the stage as a panel discussion, Purban's cultural program is a very popular thing. People actually walk in the late afternoon for the lunch and the program. So I know a bunch of people do that, like which is very good. So I feel if this panel discussion can be brought up live and people actually sit in the audience and there will be a microphone and an interactive session directly, I feel this would will be a very fruitful initiative as because there are many newcomers, quote unquote, touchwood, who are not fortunate like me, because I came and joined Purbayan the immediate year, like the immediate next year. The first pujo I went, Saraswati Pujo, was Purbayan, and I joined because I knew many of the members over there, and I was blessed to have like tips and tricks how to move forward. Um, Shrutama is one of them because there was a nudge from the back that this is not your area, you should move forward. So I actually went back to school with this push. And yeah, of course, there were many other, I don't want to name because there are so many. So I don't want to miss anybody, so I'm not naming anybody. So I'm actually very much like kind of in a bracket of many senior people, successful people in the in our community, which actually, and I am a very open person to take suggestions and learn and get motivated and encouraged. I'm not like, okay, no, I know everything, I don't want to listen to you. So, yeah, so if this kind of people are there in the audience who are ready to take in suggestions and open up in front of anybody who is experienced and want to share their weaknesses and how they want to move forward, this could have been better if it is more an one-on-one, like interactive session, and we can talk to those people directly and know what they want to know, and share my journey and everything directly. It will be a great initiative.
Yeah, and your our previous session, the panelists also said the same thing. I think we should actually take it forward. I want to thank you both for actually participating in this wonderfully, spirited discussion and very passionate discussion. So thank you very much on behalf of Purbayan Canada. I am so grateful that you both participated in such a short notice. So thank you very much.